Donning PPE, Level A Ensemble. The Chemical Protective Clothing, CPC, ensemble we will use in our example of donning and doffing is for vapor protection, so it will use Level A protective equipment. As a reminder, Level A protection is for the most dangerous types of chemical threats and hazards. When donning and doffing PPE, you will need assistance. If you try to do everything yourself, it's not only extremely difficult, but you risk damaging some of the equipment. Whatever the specific routine for donning and doffing at your work site, it should be consistent and incorporate help from an assistant. In our example of donning Level A Ensemble, we will be using a totally encapsulating suit. Totally encapsulating chemical protective suits, TECP, provide head-to-toe coverage from chemical hazards. Step 1. Before you start putting on PPE, you must first remove any items that can't be worn under PPE. This includes any item that might damage the suit, such as rings, necklaces, keys, etc. Underclothes should be worn under PPE. At minimum, you should wear a long-sleeved shirt and tight leggings like long underwear. Tucking your pant legs into your socks will also make the donning process go faster. Step 2. Before you put on any item of PPE, you should first gather everything you will be wearing. It's a good idea to lay out all items of PPE in the order that you will put them on. Step 3. Once you've gathered all your PPE, you need to do an inspection of these items. Check your CPC to look for holes, tears, signs of chemical damage from previous use, or anything else that might compromise the shielding effectiveness of the CPC in the field. After checking your CPC, then inspect your respiratory equipment. In this example, since we're at Level A protection, we are using a self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA, unit. To inspect the SCBA, open the valve completely and take a few practice breaths to make sure it's working properly. Step 4. With your inspection done, you can start donning your PPE, remove your shoes, and step into the legs of the totally encapsulating chemical protective suit. You can either stand or sit to do this. Gather your suit around the waist. Step 5. Put on chemical-resistant safety boots over the feet of the suit. Tape the leg cuff over the tops of the boots. If additional chemical-resistant boots are required, put these on now. Step 6. Then, put on the SCBA harness and backpack. Don the face piece now, but do not connect the breathing hose. With the SCBA face piece in place, you will conduct a negative pressure respirator face piece seal test. This is done by covering the air hose inlet with your hand, and inhaling for about 10 seconds, making sure that no outside air is coming in. After this test, you will do a positive pressure face piece seal test. This is done by covering the air hose inlet again, and this time exhaling into your mask to make sure no inside air escapes through a faulty face seal. Step 7. Now, you will put on your inner layer of gloves, which will be latex or nitrile surgical gloves. Outer gloves will be put on over the suit gloves later. Step 8. It is now time to pull up the upper part of the suit that has been hanging cinched at your waist. You will put your arms into the sleeves, and your assistant will help pull the suit up over your chest and over the SCBA equipment in the back. If a hard hat is called for, you will also put that on now. Step 9. The assistant will now raise the hood and cover your head, careful not to disturb the tight face seal with the SCBA mask. With the hood up, it's time for you to go on air, which means the air hose is connected to the respirator and you can now breathe from the air canisters on your back. Your assistant zips up the zipper, and the donning process is complete. Step 10. As a final step, the assistant should check all the closures. The assistant must also observe the wearer for a period of time to ensure that the wearer is comfortable, psychologically stable, and all the equipment is functioning properly.